Hey toy fans, Aaron here. I am joined once again by my daughter.
Emma.
And who are you?
Luke.
Luke, my son Luke. He's joining us. He didn't want to be left out on the on-camera part, but it'll be just me and Emma taking a look today at the Forces of Destiny Chewbacca.
Let's head to the table and check it out.
And looking at the packaging, this does fall in line with the rest of the Forces of Destiny figures that we've received so far. I'd say this is probably like a ½ inch or something taller though than the other single carded release figures, if you will call them carded, if you want boxed versions anyways. But you get a good look at Chewie through the front of the plastic. There is a little cutout right here so that you could push his little center button and hear his sounds within the packaging. At the bottom, of course, you got a nice image as he appeared in the cartoon along with the Star Wars Forces of Destiny logo. And as you can see, it does require 3 of these little watch batteries, the A76 batteries, and they are included. On the side of the packaging, left side, you got a little silhouette of R2-D2 on a mountain or cliff, rock, some sort of thing. And then on the other side, a nice image of Rey. Looks like in her Jakku outfit, maybe. Was there anything you liked about the packaging when you saw it?
I don't know.
You just care more about the toy, right? You don't really care how it looks packaged and looks like that, right?
Yeah, I like it, but I don't know what to say about it.
That's fine. And on the back side, you got the full-length character image there as he appeared in the cartoon, along with a little write-up about Chewbacca. You got the little image showing you that the figure does make sounds. Chewie roars to the side of that. And on the bottom left side, you got a couple other the 2-packs shown here, Rey and BB-8, along with Leia and R2-D2 that are also available. And out of the packaging, obviously you saw it through the window, so no surprise here, but it's pretty cool looking. It's important to remember his resemblance is based on the animated show rather than how you see him in the movies, so obviously he does not match what you see in the movies itself, but however, I do think there's a pretty decent resemblance to how he looked in the cartoon. Not saying it's spot on, but it's decent looking. How about you? What was your initial thoughts when I showed you this figure?
I thought it was really fluffy.
Yeah, and that it is. It is very fluffy. Around the face area, as you can see, it's pretty molded, if you will, into shape. It's kind of like some sort of hairspray or something in there. It's a tad bit crusty, so that's going to hold its shape. Obviously, in the face area, that is a hard plastic with sculpted fur around the eyes, nose, and mouth. Nice paint job through there. Eyes are looking good. I like the painting to the nose, and you got some variations in the brown. Obviously, in the mouth area, you can see teeth painted in there, along with the pink for the inside of the mouth. As far as the rest of the figure, well, I mean, it's fur. You do have that bandolier, some molded plastic there. Nice painting to that. It's a nice solid brown for the plastic, and then the silver bits painted in there. Some nice molding to the satchel, I think. And then for the hands, those are also molded plastic. Nice brown coloring to that. And then you can kind of see on the sides of the hand, there's some fur sculpted in there to kind of just continue that look of what he looks like. And then down at the feet, you do have your sculpted plastic in there. Again, some fur on the top of the foot with some toes sculpted in. He has no problem standing up. And as far as the rest of the body, like I said, all fur. But I think there's some nice variations of light tan, some dark brown, golden colors in there. So overall, it's a pretty good looking Chewbacca fur to it. As you see it spin around in the back area, he does have a little bit of bedhead going on, if you will, from being in the packaging. It just hasn't totally fluffed out yet.
Does the bag open?
Nope, bag does not open. That's molded closed, so that's not going to do anything. Any other thoughts about the figure? Just cute and fluffy?
Yeah.
Yeah, just cute and fluffy. All right. I will say that the bandolier, though, does have a little bit of tendency to slide off that arm when the arm's down. It doesn't want to stay into place. So as the child's playing with the figures and whatnot, this thing might just keep sliding off, unfortunately. Now taking a look at Chewbacca here alongside the Forces of Destiny Rey, you can see he does stand quite a bit taller than her.
How tall is Chewbacca?
He stands just over 12 inches tall, about 12 and a quarter, I'd say. Now, as the packaging states, this is Roaring Chewbacca, so you got the little button on the center of the chest. Give that a push and you'll hear the sounds. So you got 5 different sounds in there. I think they sound fantastic. Definitely sounds like Chewbacca anyways. And then if you want to change those batteries out to access those, he's got a little Velcro spot. Sorry about that. He's got a little Velcro spot on his back here that kind of opens up. So you're going to need a small screwdriver to go in there, pop out this compartment, and then you can change your batteries out through there. And going into the articulation of them, which, yeah, surprisingly, being covered in all this fur, they did still manage to make some good articulation there. That head is going to turn side to side. pretty good range of motion through there, no problem. At the arm area, he gets out. Well, he gets up at a pretty good range, higher than 90 degrees. And then, of course, there is, get that there is swiveling to the arm as well. Sorry about hitting that button. But anyways, you got some swiveling in the arms. And then at the elbow area, they bend straight out. And then not quite 90 degrees on the elbow bend. It's hard to tell, but it doesn't go straight out. But you do have your swiveling in there. I know this is probably hard to see, but you do have your swiveling. And then at the hand area, each hand does spin around. Now, you're not going to go full 360 on these pieces. That fur is kind of, think of it like a coat or a sleeve to it. It's glued in around, somewhere in this area and attached back here. So you're twisting as far as the fur allows you to, if you will. And then no articulation in the wrist other than that swiveling. So just the turning, nothing side to side or up and down. Now, there's no waist articulation, but you do have your regular leg articulation. So each leg comes out, sits pretty good. And you even got a little bit going back. No turning in there that I'm feeling. And he can do the splits a little bit. But that's about all you're going to get before the fur in this crotch area is kind of going to give. If you force it too much, you're going to rip his pants, basically. As far as the other leg articulation goes, you get your bend down. Again, not totally straight down, but pretty decent range there. And you get your rotation, though, at the top of that kneecap. There's some rotation in there. And then for the foot area, there's just a small amount of swivel. I don't know if that's intentional or maybe some just movement inside the plastic. But no real movement up and down at the ankle either for back and forth. So aside from that small swivel, no foot articulation, but I have yet to have any problem getting this guy to stand up. So no big deal there. As far as his accessory goes, he does come with his bowcaster, of course. I mean, Chewbacca would not be complete without that. Decent sculpting to it. You got some detailing in here of little, I don't know what that is, but it's there. Some little notches and stuff throughout. And on the other side, it just mirrors. Each side is mirrored of what you're seeing on the other. This little front piece here does pop out, even though it was together in the packaging. Just like the 3 3/4 inch figures, you got the opportunity to assemble those there. I will say this little front piece on mine against the packaging got warped. Yours may or may not have that happen to it. So obviously a little crooked there. Single color piece of plastic, as you can see. No special other paint application to it or anything. Now, I will say you're going to have to work a little bit to get this weapon into his hands, kind of pry those hard plastic hands open to get the weapon in there. And once you have that, not a lot of, it's got good articulation, as I've already mentioned. It's pretty decent, but it's still kind of difficult. Like if you want to really get him in an action pose, maybe I just haven't found some good spots for those joints to work through it yet, because it's all hidden by fur. So I'm going by feel and movement and stuff, but really for the most part, the gun holds out kind of crooked, and I can't get it to straighten out and look proper. But is that something that really bugs you?
No.
Yeah, not a big deal. It's only us adults that really kind of care about that, right?
Yeah.
They're crazy kids, right? Mm-hmm. Me being the kid. All right, so overall, what are your thoughts, Emma?
I like that it's really fluffy and soft, and that you can move it easily.
Move it, you like the arms moving and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, and the sounds. Did you like the sounds? Mm-hmm. Okay, so that was nice to have that added.
Yeah.
So overall, my thoughts are pretty much the same too. I think the fur does look fantastic. In the head sculpting area, I think that the forehead bit, top of the head, is a little too tall. In the cartoon, at least it seemed flattened out. There's a little bit of a cross of Harry and the Hendersons look to them. But I've definitely seen worse Chewbaccas out there. And like I said, keep in mind, this one is done with the resemblance of the cartoon show in mind and not what we see in the movies.
That wraps up this look at the Forces of Destiny Chewbacca.
We'd love to know what you think about this figure in the comment section below. And as always,
thanks for watching!